time to wake up. The show is about to start. With lots of stories about poo and a bit of heart. When it comes to Joanne, no, you won't find no faults. But if you mess with a bull, you might get the shorts. It's time for Mornin'. It's Mornin' with Bill and Joe. It's time for Mornin'. It's gonna be a heck of a show.
Hello and welcome back to Mornin', everybody. I'm Joe.
Again, no, there's the fake applause. This is gone for good, is it not?
Do you want me to try it again? I don't even know where it went
Never,
anymore.
boy, you set me up for that one. No, I don't miss it.
I
But I
don't
know
even
you like it.
see. I don't see a media button. I don't even think it's there. I haven't used it in so long. They're like, forget about her and her tricks.
That's what I used to go by at Fox News, media button. I just thought it was cute.
Well, media,
Hey, Chef, it's me, media button.
they love their buttons.
They sure do, especially if they're underneath a desk, so as to keep the door locked.
Nice. Good burn.
Well, I see you've come in with piss and vinegar today.
No, I'm noticing, Bill, that there seems to be fewer knickknacks behind you. What happened?
Boy, you are just on fire, aren't you?
Yeah.
Times are tough, Joe. I'm glad you can make light of me losing some say my only friends. So as to, I don't know, why do I live here anymore? That's the bigger question.
I don't know.
But let's see how we can turn this around. You look cute today. I wonder what's different.
Oh, my hair is curly. You never comment on my curly hair, Bill. I wish
really
you would.
don't.
I wish you would comment on my appearance all the time. It would make me feel so good. As a woman, I just love when men point out obvious traits about us.
I do it, and then what I do is I take the button and underneath my desk, and I push it.
Nice.
Door can't be opened. Yeah, so you just have to sit there and listen.
Speaking about me being right, we weren't, but I am.
Aren't we always?
Okay. Spoilers, if y'all are watching Presumed Innocent and you haven't gotten to the end, well, I guess I've already ruined it by saying I'm right, but
yes,
turn us off for like a minute or two here. You guys, I was right. I was so right, and we have the video evidence. Maybe I'll insert it here. Here is my theory. I believe his teenage daughter did it because the murder, you would have had to know details of a previous case that they had worked on, and the details were in the home. Like, this lawyer, had all of his files at home. So I think his teenage daughter saw them. I think she knew about the affair that was going on. She was upset about it. Where at one point we're made to think it might have been the teenage son who did it because he was on site passing by. I don't think it was him. We haven't really looked into the daughter, so that's why I think it's her. And women are sneaky. It was the daughter, or at least half the daughter. But I was right. The daughter killed this woman, but it was her dad who tied her up. He thought it was his wife and was trying to make sure she wouldn't get caught.
No, it was still just the daughter. The dad just helped her with an alibi or whatever. But
But you said that is in fact not how the movie ended.
Or the book.
Or the book.
In the book and in the movie, the role is played by one Bonnie Bedelia. You might remember her as the wife in Die Hard.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and Harrison Ford was Jake Gyllenhaal's role.
Okay.
And in the movie and in the book, the wife is the one that did it. And nowadays, and this is why I overthought it, and because and then I also thought, well, it would be interesting if they changed it since so many people, at least they are as old as I am, remember how it really went, that they would change it. But then I'm like, they're putting too many. I'm like noticing things that apparently didn't exist with regards to feelers going out there that it was the wife. Like there was making her almost too, you sympathize with her too much, all this stuff. But yeah, I got to give you credit where credit is due. But here's the thing: what we're really doing here is shining a light on your sick obsession with all things true crime, and you've done your 10,000 hours. So yeah, I guess you're gonna win a couple. You're gonna win a couple.
Lately I've been feeling like I'm not really an expert at anything. Like I don't have many skills,
You're right to feel that.
certainly not ones that I can make money from. How can I turn this into a profitable skill?
Murder, She Wrote. Are
I
you too
commit
young to
murders
remember
and
that?
write about them?
You're too young to remember Angela Lansbury in the Lawn celebrated on for like 15 years TV show called Murder, She Wrote. You could be the new Angela Lansbury.
So someone films me writing about murder?
She writes about murders and solves them. So she is an author, and I rarely would watch it, and a detective.
Okay.
And boy, would she always, at the beginning of every episode, stumble into some sort of crazy murder. And part of you wants exactly that to happen. Or you could just straight up become a detective. But I'm trying to apply some acting into it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Also, detective, that's way too many hours of more work that I don't need.
God.
So yeah, I was right and it feels good. I was actually shocked how right I was. It was nice. It was a good win.
I almost hate to ask, can we get a reinterpretation of your exact reaction when you realize that you were correct while watching? So you take you back. That was that.
Right. Oh, I knew it. I know it. I know it. It goes very quickly from the surprise of being right to, of course I was right. You know?
Right. Now, how quickly did Douglas run off to a bar in the middle of your celebration?
No, he was surprised. He was like, "Wow, you guessed it. Wow." Yeah, he was proud of me. I guess. There's not much to be proud of.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it's less talent and it's more just practice, practice, practice.
Well, here, speaking of talent and the Olympics.
No, we weren't talking about the Olympics.
Way more than 10,000 hours. You guys, the Olympics are here. We got to talk about it. Only happens every 4 years.
Sure.
So that means we've only ever talked about it once before.
Yeah.
Right? 4 years ago?
Yeah.
I have been watching a little bit here and there. Obviously, gymnastics. That's just one of my favorites. Watched it as a kid, so I watch it again now. Yeah. As someone with scoliosis, my back can't bend that way. So it's extra fascinating to me.
I don't think you have scoliosis anymore.
No, I still have it. I'm just not riddled with it.
You're living with it, not dying from it.
Yes.
Oh, very inspirational.
I caught a little bit of air rifle shooting. And
we got break dancing, man. I don't know about some of these.
But here's the thing about the air rifle shooting. I think like a 16-year-old from Japan beat a US sergeant, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I guess it's not crazy. That's what talent is, right? It's just these incredibly focused and trained people. And I guess training takes all different types of forms in different countries. But yeah, that was wild. And I asked Douglas, are they shooting air? And he goes, no. So I was like, why are they wearing such protective gear? I don't understand. So I didn't learn about the sport. I just watched some of it.
You're not the only one.
So that, and then synchronized diving is another one that...
I didn't know that was a thing. I know synchronized swimming.
No, it's like,
about that.
It's two people who have to move exactly the same and dive into the water exactly the same with the same zero splash. And what's really cool is that the duo from the USA, the women's duo, their last names are Cook and Bacon. And they go by Cook and Bacon. And they're really great. I think they got the bronze or the silver when they competed a few days ago. But they are so good. It's incredible. And then I started like watching their workout routines on Instagram, and it's just, the wormholes, Bill, that you could go down. That's why I'm
Yes.
surprised you aren't watching more, because it becomes hours of entertainment.
I am now a master surveyor, so I work during the days. And I have to tell you, I think the sitting and just really the the lack of physical. I used to do a lot of blue collar type gigs. It's been a long time, and I'm a lot older. And I have to tell you right now, I'm barely keeping it together right now. After I just took my shower because I was disgusting not half an hour ago, um, I wanted to kill myself. I feel a little better now, but I was on my feet, walking, carrying all sorts of surveying equipment. Let's be honest, I'm not there doing the surveying. Our friend of the show, Matt Mead, is doing the surveying. My job is this: I move things and I make sure people don't steal them. That's it. I don't know
Huh.
what any of the equipment does. The buildings are interesting. That part's kind of fun, but I have not been this tired in 3 years. I just am physically depleted, and it's really pathetic. So I am the opposite of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although if there was an event for securing surveying tools, at least silver.
well, there could be in 4 years. The number
True.
of niche sports that there are is incredible. I think I learned,
Think of breakdancing.
well, I haven't seen it yet, although the pommel horse, which
Oh
is
yeah,
in men's gymnastics, actually uses a lot of like breakdancing elements. And I know that because I heard one of the commentators say that.
that makes sense.
I don't
Yeah,
actually know.
yeah. What they do on the floor is the same thing that they're doing on the horse. That totally makes sense.
Totally. And
Right.
everyone's obsessed with, let me pull up his name, but on Instagram or on social media, he's known as Pommel Horse Guy. His name is Steven Nedorosik.
It's a little on the nose, isn't it? It's kind of like Superman. You're really just sort of saying it all there with pommel horse guy. Like,
Yeah. Well, they are calling him the Superman of the pommel horse
all right.
because he is, I think, an engineer. He can solve a Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds. He wears glasses. Well, he takes his glasses off to compete on the pommel horse because otherwise they'll just like fly off his face. And they're like, when he takes his glasses off, he becomes Superman. He goes from Clark Kent to this hero, which is truly why he is on the U.S. men's team. This is he only does pommel horse, Bill. It's the only thing he competes in.
Well,
He's
I mean,
the
unless you're a
winger.
decathlete, you really only do one thing in the Olympics, right?
But, like there's a lot of people who compete in the all around, which means they do, multiple things. No, he just does the pommel horse, and he does it very well. They're
Cool
often
thing.
compared to meerkats, which I think is an interesting visual.
As one who's compared to a slow Loris constantly, I can see why you like that.
Yeah.
I have to give you credit, which I hate because after that, like skin crawling segment on Presumed Innocent and your success, but I will give you credit in saying that you are starting to get me interested in the Olympics because I was not.
Yeah.
I like Team USA. It's the greatest basketball team we've seen since the original one, perhaps. But other than that, I just nothing. No, I've not seen any of it.
Yeah, it's nice too. Like if you ever in the past enjoyed American Idol or The Voice, like seeing people's dreams come true. They also do these nice like packages where you like learn about the athletes. I
Oh,
also
that's good.
thought you would be interested because your sister-in-law is in Paris right now doing a lot of coverage for NBC and
Yeah,
Sirius.
the weird thing is I'm not Holly Palmieri of wonderful member of their Today Show family. I am so not jealous of her. All right, of course I'm jealous for the money. Uh, See me being a security guard for surveying equipment, but you know me in crowds. And at this point, I am so old and impatient. Forget about the crowds. The traveling with crowds, considering you're
Yeah.
going to France and the I can't take traveling anymore. And like, so all of that, I'm just like, mazel to Holly. She's doing a great job there, but for the grace of God.
The other thing, Bill, that's great about watching the Olympics is they have the wildest commercials. So all of these brands are trying to pull at heartstrings. They take athletes' stories, they do whatever. A few years ago, or I guess 4 years ago, they took a Special Olympics swimmer, and it was a whole thing about her story being adopted. She only has maybe one arm or no arms. I can't remember. But it was like a Toyota commercial. It was a commercial for a car. And you're like, what is this? So I have the equivalent this year, and I'm gonna pop it up.
Listen, I spotted it from the start. When I think back, I think about everything it took for us to get here. I think about the Bronx. Uncle June used to call it the boogie down. Breaking didn't even have a name yet. All that potential, just waiting to burst free. And one day, it was like the clouds parted. From a flicker, we blazed a path and made them see us. Nobody could dim our shine. I think about every battle. Because even a letdown was a chance to get back up. I think about a bunch of kids from the South Bronx who saw an opportunity, who didn't just knock on the door, they kicked it down.
Breakdancing is immensely popular.
Where did all of this begin?
Right in the fully down Bronx.
Ready, shoot, roll down.
And today, the same thing I saw in us, I see that same thing in you. And now, it's your time. Burn bright. Light up the world. It's all about spotting it early. And if you do, no victory is out of reach.
You also haven't seen this, Bill, so let me explain it real quick. It's about breakdancing. The first time I saw it, I was like, is this a trailer for a movie about breakdancing? Is this a documentary? Is this a package about one of the athletes? And then the end tagline, talent should be spotted early, so should cancer. It was a commercial for Montefiore Cancer Hospital. And I saw that and I just thought, no. I agree, cancer prevention is very important.
Oh, bold
Don't
statement.
treat me like that. What is this? So really, that is my Olympics roundup. If you haven't been watching, now you know.
This could be as hot an ongoing segment, a branded one, if you will, as your regular roundups of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, but the Olympics aren't that long. Right?
They're
Don't they
pretty
end
long.
soon?
It's the Summer Olympics. I honestly don't know when they end, but
Yeah, I can't recall.
by the way, this is why I should be a network executive while moonlighting as a security guard for surveying equipment. Who did not think of getting Bruce, now Caitlyn Jenner, as a color commentator? I think that would be tremendous. Even the people that he rubs the wrong way, and they are legion, including a lot of transsexual individuals, that's still, they're going to watch. They're going to hate watch. And then there'll be the people that like her, if they are
Well,
many, that will also watch.
I was so angry when I was watching gymnastics, and they have as one of their interviewers or someone who's representing the network, Alex Cooper. You know, the Call Her Daddy podcaster.
What?
She was there doing a package, went to Simone Biles' home, is chatting with her and her husband. And
Did she talk about sex?
no, but she was still having that sort of casual air about her. And it just like kind of made me frustrated. Extreme jealousy, clearly. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It does go to show that it's really just about viewership and numbers and popularity. And
Sure.
I also think contracts. So maybe they asked Caitlyn Jenner, and Caitlyn Jenner wanted way too much money. So we don't know. Like they could have also had that
Right.
same idea, and it just didn't pan out because of the contract.